Hey YouTubers and gamers, I'm back and it's another pickup video, and with no further delay, let's get stuck in. In respect to Nun Games, got a few gaming related goodies. Got a World of Nintendo Star Fox. I haven't got many of these World of Nintendo figures. There's so many to collect, I just concentrate on a few. So I got the Samus and the Link and Star Fox, and I think they're the key ones I really want, to be perfectly honest, so I don't think I'll get any other ones really. That was only like £9 from Asda Living, so that wasn't too bad actually, because I don't see that one too often. In respect to strategy guides, in the last pickup video I think I showed the game, and that is Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness strategy guide. Got this from Amazon, imported from the States. I think it's only about £4 or £5 including shipping, so that wasn't bad. Turning to the PS2, got a few cheap games and a few imports. So I got Formula 105. This was probably only about 75p from CEX. Mr. Golf. Again, this wasn't a lot of money from CX. I think that was only about 50p or something, or 10p even. It wasn't a lot. Got a few imports. This one, it looked really interesting. It's Dark Angel Video Apocalypse? Vampire Apocalypse. Video Apocalypse. That'd be an interesting game. Yeah, that's sort of obviously if you go around killing vampires, I believe, or something like that, hordes of wild monsters. You are Arno, a Dark Angel Retribution, so I guess you're a bit of a kind of demon yourself. I don't know if you go around doing like Diablo loot pickups or not, I don't know. But anyway, that came from the States. I don't think it was too much, I think it was about £11 or £12 including shipping. These other two games I got from Japan. One is a sort of bullet hell shooter, Star Soldier, by Hudson. The graphics are a bit simple, but they, you know, a lot of these old shooters are. But it's quite a good game, but it is tricky. It's one of those ones that are quite hard, and really you just need to power up as quickly as possible to get through and beat the boss stages, really. So this is one where you have to power up to get through, really. This wasn't cheap. It was about I think it was like £30 imported from Japan. But yeah, again, it's another Japanese exclusive. We never got Star Soldier. And here's another game which not many people heard about. You all would have heard of Metal Slug, and you see it as like a 2D cartoony type shooter, a side platform type shooter, and that's what everyone loves. But when the PlayStation 2 came about, SNK thought, oh, why don't we make a 3D sort of third-person perspective shooter? And that's what they did. And this is Metal Slug. A lot of people call it Metal Slug 3D, even though 3D is not in the title. But basically, it just says Metal Slug. But like I said, it's got three-dimensional sprites, and it's quite an unusual game. A lot of the critic fans weren't too mad on this, so the reviews are mixed. I've played a bit of it, and it plays okay. It just plays like a lot of third-person shooters of the time or anything else, really. But it's not the traditional Metal Slug, though, even though it's obviously got similar elements in terms of, you know, freeing prisoners and getting weapon upgrades and stuff. And the main character design is very typical Metal Slug, even though it's gone 3D route as opposed to a 2D cartoony look. Again, this game's, you know, not many people know about it. It's Japanese exclusive, and it goes for a fair bit of money. But I think I got this for about £28 imported from Japan. So, but you know, if you collect for Metal Slug games and stuff, this is one you need to have in your collection, and this is the only way of getting it in a physical format. So yeah. Turning to the PSP. I'm collecting all the Pro Evolution Soccer games because they're by Konami and when I see them cheap. This is 2010. I think this was only about £1.50 or something from Cash Converters. These next two games I got from an American store that that sells through eBay, and they're quite good. They're called Lukey Games, and they will do combined shipping, and the shipping's not expensive to start off with, and the games are quite low cost. So this one, including shipping, was £14, which is a very good price, and that is John d'Arc. The graphics are sort of semi-cartoony anime style graphics. The game is very good reviews, and that's all complete. And again, it's an NTSC exclusive, so I'm quite happy to have that for a PSP collection. Another game which is a bit of more of a it's almost like a graphic novel as opposed to a traditional role-playing game, and again it was exclusive to NTSC America and stuff, and Japan I think, but we never got it in Europe, and that is Disgaea Infinite. Again, this game was not cheap. I think I paid about £24 for this including shipping. But again, it's the only way of getting it in a physical format was to import a copy. Okay, turning to the Wii. I always collect the Lego games, but I also collect the Playmobil games because I think, you know, they're a bit. The reviews tend to be quite good actually, even though they are sort of very kiddified. And so this is a Playmobil Interactive Circus. I think this was about £3 or £4 off eBay. It wasn't a lot of money, but the reviews were okay actually for this game. It's supposed to be a lot of fun, even though it's obviously aimed for kids more than anything else really. And another import. This is from the States, an exclusive one from the. No, actually, tell a lie, it's not from the States. This is a UK one. And that is Western Heroes, another light gun type based game, obviously using the Wii remotes. There's been a few Western ones, but this is supposed to be one of the better ones, and from what I can tell from the graphics and so forth and the reviews, it is. It's not cheap though. I think this was about £7 including shipping, so it's not as cheap as the games out there on the Wii, but it's, you know, it's another good light gun shooter to have for a collection. Okay. Turning to the original Xbox, there are a few, I think it's about a dozen or so USA NT exclusive ones I want to get, which interest me. I've said it before, there's quite a few USA and NT exclusives which don't interest me, like some of the racing titles, the sports titles, and some of the dancing or singing titles, but there's a few other games, and this is one of them. It's quite an uncommon game in the States, and so it's quite expensive. And that is, it's sort of loosely, it's I guess it's like an action adventure with card playing elements. It's called Phantom Dust, and yeah, I said it's quite sought after. It's only on Xbox, and I said you can only get this on NTSC in America, and I got this from Lukey Games for about £18 including shipping, which is not a bad price for this particular title. A lot of the original Xbox games are as cheap as chips, but this one is one that you know, if you're in the States, do pick up if you see it, because it does worth a fair bit of money really, and it's not the most common game either. Okay, turning to the PS Vita, got a limited run game here. It's Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD. Got this for retail from Limited Run Games. Comes with a postcard and the map and a sticker. I was lucky enough to get the variant cover, or the B cover I should say, which is quite cool really, better than the A cover, but they are reversible. There is a C cover, a blue one, which was done specifically for some sort of expedition or something, I don't know, but that's very rare, and you could have bought all three of these versions for about $90, but I wasn't prepared to do that. I mean, I'm not that anal, I just like to have a physical copy of the game. So I'm quite happy to have this. Like I said, I got it for retail about $30 with another, I think it's $15 for combined shipping with the other game, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Turning to PS1, I wonder any of you who know your shooters will recognise this game from its cover. It's a Japanese shooter. It's based or inspired by the Gradius games. Some of you who know your shooters may guess, oh, it looks a bit like Parodius, and you're half right. It's actually Sexy Parodius. Yeah, there are a few PS1 games that were Japanese exclusive, which I'm getting. I've got another 2 on the way, and there's a 3rd which is a bit more pricey. And you can get a lot of these on a Japanese PSP collection as well, which I will get, but again that's quite pricey. But this is Sexy Parodius. It is based on Gradius. Fortunately, it's got a lot of continues, and if you do it on a very easy mode or whatever, it's possible to finish it, even though at the very end, if you don't finish it in a certain time, you don't get the best ending, if that makes any sense, really. So there's lots of replay value in this, and it's a very cutesy-fied game. I know it says Sexy Parodius. It's nothing, you know, you don't see full-blown boobs or anything. It's rather softer than that, I would say, really. But no, it's a good, very good shirt to have. I got this for a good price. I got this off for £30 off eBay, which is a very good price actually, including shipping from Japan, because you can easily pay about £40 or £50 for this game, if not more. So yeah, that's quite a good price. Turn to PS4. I have a third-person shooter very similar to Doom and Duke Nukem, but based in the fantasy world of like a Labo type world. That is called Ziggurat. Again, it's published by Sodesco, and it's produced by Milkstone Studios. It's got very good reviews actually, this game, and I got this for I think it was £10 from Granger Games, or was it £8 from Granger Games, so it's quite cheap anyway. So yeah, I'm pleased to have that. And another game, sort of a small indie one, but published by Sodesco, or however you pronounce them, made by Storm in the Teacup, and that is Nero, which stands for Nothing Ever Remains Obscure. So this is more of a weird graphical type, I don't know, puzzle game, I suppose. But yeah, I just, you know, again, this wasn't a lot of money. I think this is about £10 as well from Granger Games. So pleased to get them when they're that cheap. I said this before. There's so many indie games coming out, you know, but you know the publishing numbers may not be large. You know, they can have really small publishing numbers, and because they're not released by limited run games, people don't necessarily know if they will be rare or not. And so with a lot of these sort of indie type games, I'm just picking up when I see them cheap while I can. Yeah, just to get most of them really, because there's so many coming out. It's trying to keep on top of it. I mean, the wise thing would be to not pick up any games and just leave it for another 3 or 4 years and wait for them all to come down to a 5 or something. But the trouble is, you may not necessarily see some of these indie games for a £5. You know, and so it's about choosing, you know, what you're willing to pay. And for me, PS4 games, if it's £10 or under around that ball mark, if I got the money, I'll pick it up. I will. Okay, last but not least, another game from Limited Run. I think you can get this on obviously Steam and iOS and so forth, and it's, you know, PC. And I saw about 10 minutes of gameplay of this on YouTube a few months back, and I thought, oh, that looks really good. I'd like to play that. But unfortunately, there's no physical format, and with me, I have to have a physical format for games. But as soon as I heard that Limited Run were releasing this, I thought, bloody hell, I've got to get that. And that is Firewatch. Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery thriller type games, I suppose. You're supposed to, you know, you play this new recruit in terms of this being the Firewatch, and new member 2 is Firewatch, and you have communication via radio with a more senior female colleague or whatever, and you got to go around and pick up clues to what's been happening type thing, really. So I don't think it's got any supernatural elements in it. I don't think so, from what I could see, even though it can be a bit spooky. Well, not spooky, maybe a bit mysterious, or maybe it is a bit spooky, but it doesn't mean there's ghosts or anything. It just means that you've got to, find out, there's lots of secrets and, mysteries going around it, and I don't want to know what is happening, because I don't want to spoil the story for myself, really. But it does look very good, so I'm really pleased to get that, and again, I got that for retail from Limited Run Games, really, so, yep, pleased to have that. And last but not least, I do have a nice PS3 game, another PS3 exclusive. Oh, this is saying that Xbox is a bit disconnected. And so you may have guessed from our graphics about what's going on behind. This is the Japanese HD remaster of Strider that came out in a physical format exclusively in Japan. It was available, I believe, or may still be available on the PlayStation Network. But no, I was really pleased to get this. It wasn't too much. I think I paid about £16 including shipping for this from Japan. I put off for about a year picking this up because I was hoping it may come to the West, in a full English type packaging, but it didn't. Fortunately, the game must recognise the region of your PS3 because it loads up all in English anyway and plays in English, so it's language is not a problem with this game. So again, if you like your Capcom games and you like the original Striders, you gotta get the HD remaster as well. And this is it really. It's all complete and everything. So yeah, that is all. That is all my pickups for the past week or two. As always, leave questions, thumbs up, and if you're new to our channel, if you're a new subscriber, nice to meet you guys. Welcome. Do check out my back catalogue. It's not just pickups. I do a lot of collection videos because I've said this before. I do have quite a large, extensive collection of about 6,000 games, and I've done collection videos on most of my systems, all as part from my PS2 collection, which must be over 650 games by now, with another 150 games on my want list for PS2, and so the reason why I've not done a collection videos for those so far is the way my game room is set up. It will be a major hassle to get to half of them because they're all on they're all at the back of a game room and stuff. So I just can't face it. It'll be too horrifying to do that. So I will do a PS2 collection video sometime in my life, but it may not be till later. But any of you who've been watching my pickups know I've got quite a few PS2 big hitters. I've got the War of Rose and stuff like that, and Michigan and Report from Hell and all the classics. The one names escape me right now, but I've got all the classics. But anyway, without any further delay, take care guys, and bye.